Hi everyone, I'm Ken from CryptoTradingKS. Let's run the numbers. Bitcoin is currently up 0.74% to 16,768. Ethereum is up 1.45% to 1227. Crypto market cap is currently going for it. Literally, we've got a smart money sell level at 795.021 billion. And total crypto market cap has exceeded that at 795.57 billion. Go crypto. What we're actually seeing is crypto sector wide. We're seeing all of the alts and Bitcoin come up and seek to break through this smart money resistance level. That's fantastic. But the question is, will it hold? And you can see this is weekend trading. That's what the shaded area means. To understand what's happening, we need to drill into Bitcoin. We can see Bitcoin has risen above its smart money sell level at 16,649, and it's absolutely turned that into support. It's romping away. Bitcoin is currently $16,790. We can actually see that the next major resistance level above is $17,093. When we look below, we don't have much. We have actually a smart money buy level at 15,758. It's actually critical that we maintain positive price momentum above the 16,649 mark. And for Masterclass students, please check out LV25, Midterm Election Volatility Secrets You Need to Know. It's quite important to have that knowledge. When the market is biased to one direction, either long or short, institutions love to play the inverse playbook on that. And what we can see is that we nearly lost our key support level. And what were people doing? They were coming in hard and fast to go short. And what did the institutions do? It started liquidating them. We can see both the shorts and the longs are actually increasing. But which one is winning? It's pretty easy to understand. It's the shorts are getting hammered and the longs are winning. But let's have a look at the liquidations. It appears that the shorts are caught in a short squeeze at the current time. As it's weekend trading, it's always lighter volume, and we can see 25.16 million in total liquidations across 14,012 positions. And when we look at the total liquidations across the past 24 hours, the shorts have definitely copped the pain and about 55% short. What about the past 12 hours? About 83% short. The past 4 hours, say 92% short. And the past hour, 98% short. Oh, the shorts are really getting whacked at the moment. But when we actually look at the volume, it's really, really tiny. And this is something to bear in mind. This is what I was saying yesterday. In weekend trading, the price can move around substantially due to low liquidity. What could be happening under the hood? We can see that the DXY is coming up to an SL level at 106,998, and it's currently 106,969. This is a key resistance level. If the DXY manages to get above this resistance, it could really go for it. But this is a smart money sell level, and that means that the DXY may resume down. It could get caught on this 106,673 mark. Of course, it could go up as well, and this is what we must always do. We must always think from a three-dimensional risk management perspective. And how do we actually implement that? How do we make it practical? We do our daily three-dimensional risk management code, which is called a BORSOG code. Why is it BORSOG? Because it's rule 621. Buy on red, sell on green. Actually, in the red days, we're accumulating stock because we're like a business. When everything, the resources, the things that you need, your inventory, when it's on sale, we go out and buy just like a business. And just like a good business, we have a strategy. We've pinpointed what we want to get into, and we want to buy it at a discount. This is the exact opposite way people actually do things when they get into the market for the first time. In Zone 1 and Zone 2, people buy on green and sell on red. In Zones 3 and 4, which are the professional zones, we actually inverse that. We buy on red and sell on green. We BORSOG. And why do we do this? Because of Rule 359. We want to be on the right side of the percentage. When price goes down, it doesn't matter that price goes down. The key is to buy correctly and buy effectively. You'll see so many waves in price action, especially in the crypto market, that you can take advantage of. Coming back to the code, always remember that you control the trade or investment, but the market controls the return. And therefore, you need to think about what if price goes down first, and this is your entire portfolio. How would your portfolio react to prices going down? And then how much could price go down, and what percentage could you give that in terms of a probability? There are no certainties inside any financial market, only probabilities. And what you're seeking to do here is to work on this third factor, the synchronization factor. And how do you interpret this code? If you look at this little text here, it fully explains it. It's, for example, in the next 24 hours, I give a 70% probability of the market going down. If this happens, I predict 60% of my portfolio going down, 10% neutral, and 30% up. I feel 30% in sync with the market, 30% Midas touch, or 30% in the zone. And a very clever comment in yesterday's video was the exact opposite, the Medusa touch. And that beloved community member just reached out and said, Ken, I have the Medusa touch. Everything I touch turns to a stone and it just drops. And we've all felt that way. And when you're doing BORSOG, actually you want that because you'll be buying at levels and layers below in accordance with market structure. It's really important to do this BORSOG code each and every day because you can see crypto changes on a dime. It's amazing what it actually does. If you had a friend that wasn't in crypto, just say they went away on holiday and they went up bush and they were locked out of all signals so they couldn't use their phone or Wi-Fi or anything. And then they came back and said, hey, what happened with crypto in the past 2 weeks? You'd say, please sit down. There's a lot I need to tell you. That's crypto. And well done to everybody who puts in their daily three-dimensional risk management code in the comments. What you're doing is you're saying to the market, I am actively learning. I'm accumulating my knowledge and my courage, and the market actually rewards that, and it penalizes blame and gambling. So well done, everybody who does that. You're actually setting yourself up for profitability. From Rule 45 in the Masterclass, no alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity. This basically means that your beloved alts will move in directional correlation with Bitcoin. And that's really important to understand. And what have we seen recently with Bitcoin? It's starting to move up. Let's have a look at how that is playing across the entire crypto market. For the top 100 cryptos, we can see the largest 24-hour percent gainers, GMX, IMX, XEC, APE, OKB, and Dash. For the greatest losers over the past 24 hours, we can see Chain, XCN, Chiliz, TWT, TON, Kava, and Sol. Because of the World Cup, fan tokens are getting a lot of attention. Now, what we actually pointed out yesterday with Chiliz, when we looked at Chiliz, it had a lot of Stanfield levels, a very strong confluence of smart money sell levels above. And we said there is a potential to get rejected here. And that's actually what happened. It's really interesting when people see something is really, really hot. It kind of looked like this yesterday. When it's hot, people just FOMO in, but we don't do that. We buy at levels of smart money support going down. And the CTKS method, which is a method that I invented to help to update technical analysis so that it could actually work with crypto. Many people who do TA for the stock market have a lot of trouble applying TA to the crypto market because it's rampantly exponential in terms of its movements. But the CTKS method provides enormous guidance. As we see here, that very, very strong sell pressure came in and pushed Chiliz down. You can imagine if you were just looking at a chart like this with Chiliz, with no real guidance as to where things could go, it's really difficult to trade anything under that condition. As a trader, I'm actually still accumulating Chiliz as it comes down, and it can come down a lot further, and I will still be accumulating it. I'm not in it for the long term, I'm in it for the short term, the duration of the World Cup. Turning to the top 8 cryptos, we can see that bit of a leg up in Bitcoin's gravity has pushed Ethereum up. It's also pushed BNB up. And you can actually look at these percentages to give you some kind of concept on relative performance of the top alts. What you want to do is go after strength. It's really, really important, especially in negative momentum markets. And if we actually look at XRP, it looks like XRP is starting to overcome internal resistance here. That's actually a really, really good thing. We could see a surge if Bitcoin continues up, and this is the key, if Bitcoin continues up. What would happen to XRP if Bitcoin, for example, decided to fall through the floor? Well, XRP's gravity would be drawn towards Bitcoin. So this is important to understand. Look at Bitcoin first and then your beloved alt second. What about Doge? Doge is doing quite well. And what we actually see, Bitcoin's gravity is below Doge, so Doge is stronger. We can see ADA just in synchronization with Bitcoin's gravity, as is Matic. DOT is just a little bit weaker at the moment, and SHIB is starting to get above Bitcoin's gravity, but they're all moving in the same basic direction. For example, this big sell-off in Bitcoin just pulled the entire market down with it, and then there was a jump up, and the alts jumped up. This is what you want to keep your eye on. Bitcoin's gravity is incredibly important to understand, and we do deep dives in the masterclass. Let's have a quick look at exchange tokens because the FTX saga is still playing out and we must be wary of this. When we look at CRO, it's down 42%, HT down 45%, and FTT down 92%. These are exchange tokens that we need to keep our eye on. CRO and HT are showing tremendous weakness, twice the weakness relative to BNB. So please keep this in mind. A key rule from the masterclass is Rule 4, price moves in waves. And we can see with the wallet tokens, TWT was performing incredibly well, literally up 120%, and then it dropped like an absolute brick because retail is called in when we see these big spikes up. And what happens when people buy and the price doesn't keep on going up? They think they're on the wrong side of the trade. It's just literally a pullback. But if you want to gain a better appreciation of how to find various opportunities inside the crypto market, Masterclass students, please look at LV21, BORSOG Secrets. You'll literally need all the masterclass knowledge to actually understand how to get in and get out of these particular cryptos. And it can take a while to do as well because experience is certainly a massive teacher. When things are retracing, so long as and provided that they're strong and they have a forward dynamic to drive the price higher, they're well worth getting into. But I never endorse any specific crypto. You must always do your own research and do, of course, what is right for you. And if you see weakness actually getting into any specific crypto project, and you can assess that by relative performance, we can see that Reef is down nearly 42%. And that's a very, very big difference to all of the other wallet tokens here. And Reef is also potentially tied up with the FTX Alameda research problems. So if they have a lot of Reef and they want to get rid of it and potentially been propping up Reef's price, that could be an issue. But it doesn't mean that is actually occurring. So we have to keep our eye on anything that remotely doesn't perform as we would expect it to. When we're looking at fan tokens, we can see Chiliz just seeking to digest its previous gains. And as Bitcoin moves up, it should actually pull Chiliz up with it. And we know that there's a lot of resistance above this particular price, so just bear that in mind. One of the standouts is IQ, and you'll see this all the time in different crypto projects. So getting on the right side of the percentage is really good, but you will miss some as well. And that's okay. Don't feel bad about it. It's just the nature. And opportunities reset every day. And when we look at Santos, Santos is still coming down in alignment with what Chiliz is doing. And Lazio, that did incredibly well, is digesting all those incredible gains. If it starts to fall through here, Lazio could be in problems because there's not much supporting it, at least from a short-term perspective. And the one thing that I mentioned in yesterday's video and also the day before, we should expect to see cycling. So basically, when people just look at how much money they've made in one particular fan token, they could easily swap to another that has not come up as much and then seek to pump that up. So just be aware of this. It's always happening. Does it matter if these particular football teams are not playing in the World Cup? Doesn't matter at all. What it does is it throws attention, and we track investor attention. The socials do have a lot of attention, but they've been actually run up significantly. And as we saw with IQ, which is a social token, look at that, it just went parabolic. But be really careful when you get into things like this. Don't forget, sharp angles tend to do something or other. Please let me know what that is in the comments. And looking at some more social and fan tokens, we can see COS pretty much flatlining at the moment. BTC ST, just about the same. Could be getting ready for a breakout. ATM, doing very well. GAL, in the potential to actually overcome very tight resistance. Could be interesting, but it's not really moving much. VIB is just vibrating with positive energy. Look at that, up 22%. Go VIB. And what about MBL? It actually spiked up 50% and then dropped like a brick. And this is what you've got to be aware of. This is sharp angles doing something or other. Please let me know in the comments. You must really know how to trade those kind of opportunities. They can be incredibly good, but they can be a little bit scary as well. OG has lost its support and is basically, it's very weak at the moment, especially compared with Bitcoin's gravity. But what do we know about the week? Please let me know in the comments. The week becomes something or other. And all of these rules you really need to understand. You need to put your toolbox together. When you get into the crypto market, it's fast and it's furious, and it would make Vin Diesel very happy. And we can see ASR just digesting its gains. It's had a big meal. It needs to chill a while. GameFi looks to be getting a bit of attention as well, so could be one to throw on your radar. We can see Sand has done a bit of a spike and it's just retracing now. Mana also doing the same, but look at this weakness comparative to Bitcoin's gravity. It's really, the GameFi sector is very weak currently in relationship to Bitcoin's gravity. We can see Axie Infinity just been basically flatlining after a very large spike just in the past. And we can see Engine under Bitcoin's gravity. GMT starting to get above Bitcoin's gravity, starting to look quite good. Gala looking to be turning around at the moment. The GameFi sector could be really interesting to keep your eye on. And we can see WaxP. And I suggest you look up WaxP. It's very interesting project. We can see that GameFi has been coming really spiky. Look at SLP, just spiked up. Literally, well, almost 20% from down here. And what did it do? It sunk right back down. You must be careful of these spikes. These spikes may not last. The key is to get on the other side of the spike and then have your sell orders in place so you can take advantage of these spikes. It's pretty professional trading and investing to do it that way. And if you're investing that way, you're doing more like trading because it's quite short term. At the moment in the markets, I believe short-term trading is the way to go. The markets are quite turbulent, but of course, use your own judgment. Do whatever is right for you. PYR, we can see not really doing too much. MBOX is under Bitcoin's gravity, and how? But look at these spikes trying to realign. ILV is quite weak at the moment. CTXC is stronger than Bitcoin's gravity, but not by much. When you look at the percentage gains, that can give you some kind of indication. YGG also put in a similar spike to SLP. These are things to keep your eye on. TLM, just under Bitcoin's gravity, and how? And COCOS, under Bitcoin's gravity as well. But they may actually start to change around. We are seeing some life in the GameFi sector. These are all really good to keep on your radar. And what's probably happening is that the World Cup is actually lighting up fan tokens. And people are saying, oh, fan tokens, wow, social as well. What about games? It's all the same. Yeah, they're getting a bit of attention right now. And market attention is always reflected in price. Please remember this. It's really, really valuable. A big thank you to everybody who commented in yesterday's video. And it's also really wonderful to see new people comment. If you're sitting on the sidelines and wanting to say something, you could just reach out and say hi. We've got a very warm and caring global family, and we'd welcome you with open arms. And Rajat said about learning, learning is the bridge that connects where we are to where we aspire to be. Very nice, my friend. We have an incredible global family that's dedicated to active learning, which is knowledge plus courage. And we're nearly 16,000 strong, focused on Zone 3 and Zone 4, positive excellence. And Dream6 said many really cool things, but this one is especially cool. I agree on this point. The days of buy and hold seem far away. And Sinman said, even the classic 60-40 traditional finance investment strategy has been blown to smithereens this year. Many of them will now be looking to learn how to actively trade. If only they knew about CTKS. Thank you, my friend. It's so beautiful to see each and every day members of our global family just reaching out and sharing the love with other members. It's just beautiful. And J.R. Todd said, I don't feel the Midas touch. I feel Medusa's touch. My choices have been dropping like stones for the past few weeks. I must focus on my learning for now. And JR, one thing that you might like to keep in mind is that when you're actually entering your trades and they're dropping, do they turn back around? That could be something interesting just to do in terms of analysis on what you're doing. And it's all about synchronization. So the more you get in sync with the market, the more things will move in your direction. But the problem is those pesky institutions keep on trying to desynchronize the entire market. And JR, the concept of a Medusa's touch is really brilliant. Medusa is from Greek mythology, and basically the concept goes, if you looked into Medusa's eyes, you would be turned to stone. It's a very, very old tale, and you might remember Medusa has all those snakes for hair. Ouch. You could say she always had a bad hair day. And Jailing said, we are all lifelong learners. Absolutely, my friend. And Ivan said about I win or learn. Applying this, not just in crypto but in life, has given me so many beautiful emotions and a lot less negative ones, and a greater creativity to overcome daily life situations. I am so grateful. We're so grateful that you are here, Ivan, and especially that you're sharing. This is fantastic stuff, my friend. And if you have family or friends who could benefit from positive excellence and what we do here each and every day, please introduce them to our community by sharing a video. We'd love to see them here. We have one of the best communities on YouTube. And thank you, Tiana, for your very nice statement here. And Miles very thoughtfully talked about sleep. Sleep is an incredibly important thing, and it's something that like modern society doesn't place a lot of emphasis on it. But if you are sleep deprived, you're not going to be at your best, and you're going to be grumpy as well. Miles has some really good suggestions in there, and Sinman said something very, very important, and this is really important. If I could add, be careful opening trades close to bedtime. They may affect your sleep. Definitely. If you're going into the market and it's keeping you awake, just pop out of the market. You're probably too heavily in. But of course, that must be your decision. But just generally, you need your sleep. And what Sinman said adds into something really important. In this particular video, we're talking about market opportunities, but you can't seize an opportunity if you're under fear. You require courage. What I'd like to ask the community today, and I think this is incredibly important, how do you combat the fear when you're buying, when you're holding, and when you're selling? There are 3 different aspects of fear that you need to overcome. And it would be fantastic to discuss those. You could help so many people. As a community, we live by the concept of positive excellence. That's all about inner and outer peace. Inner peace is incredibly important. If your peace is disrupted, of course you can't sleep, but you also can't think. If you're always dealing with inner conflict and outer conflict, you can never be at your best. It's hard to have a successful life without inner and outer peace. And to get out of Zone 1 and Zone 2, positive excellence is the doorway into Zone 3 and Zone 4. And that's exactly why we have the CTKS Creed. The CTKS Creed is a series of positive statements that you say to yourself. If the mind is not controlled, what the mind will do is to create negative affirmations such as, I am not worthy, I know this won't work out, I'm just not intelligent enough. Things like that. You don't want those statements. A lot of people wear themselves out because they're fighting literally against the entire world. Thoughts like that will drain your energy and also adversely affect the relationships around you and also your success. That's why the first line of the CTKS Creed is, I know the universe wants me to succeed. Every day I show kindness, integrity, and gratitude. I know opportunities and life reset daily. I am worthy, I go slow to go fast. I start small and scale with BORSOG. Life pullbacks give me the strength for the next life rally. I am dedicated and committed. I win or learn and never blame. Keeping these positive affirmations in your life and front and foremost in your mind will give you a beautiful life, a happy life, and you deserve that. Stay safe out there, my friends. Take care and see you next time. Bye for now.